Well, we're live. Here I am again. I decided I'd go ahead and do a live one and see if anybody shows up on it. I did not announce this, so I have no clue. So anyway, just thought I'd give you guys a update. I hope to see somebody come on here. If not, that's understandable because I'm just doing this to get things started. Into the 18 minutes, and I don't really want to get to rolling. I should have probably made a note and said, everybody, I'm going live, but hopefully someone will notice it and it'll catch on. But anyway, just getting the setup here and get things rolling, and we'll see if anybody comes up on us. We'll see here in a minute. There we go. Just trying to clear up some stuff here. Go ahead, and if you come on, just hang with me. If I walk away, I'll be right back. Gonna go get something to drink right quick, and we'll see if we get this thing rolling. If not, we'll give it a few minutes. If not, then I'll just get off of it and cancel it. Yeah, I didn't think anybody'd show up. We'll see. Anyway, ah, somebody's in here. I don't know what that is, but I got to figure that out. I have no idea. Two people are checking it out, I guess. All right, FedEx driver, peace to you, brother. I see you there. Good to have you on board. See if anybody else shows up here, and we'll get this thing going. I've just done this a few times, so hopefully we can do some more of these feeds later on down the road and go on. It's up to about 2 minutes. I see two people observing, but I don't see. But FedEx driver's the only one. You're the first one on. That's cool. Ben was former actually. LOL. Copy, man. So what are you doing now? But yeah, we're just going through here the motions. I didn't expect anybody to come up, but we got one going. I got two people looking or something up here. I'm trying to figure out what there's two people with two numbers. It says number two, FedEx driver. I drove for Prime back in February last year for 3 months. Oh, so you were in Prime. You were driving for Prime when I was going through the TNT phase of the program. Then, yeah, it was quite of an injury. Francisco, no, hey, Kurt, hey, buddy, hey, how's it going? Franciscus, is that my? If I'm saying that right, tell me. I was, yeah, yep, yeah, you were, because you probably seen my stuff. So what are you doing now? What are you? Oh, perform. See, can't hardly read it, guys. Sorry, I'm going crazy here. Yeah, yeah, that was a trip through the February time frame because we had some bad weather out there in California and stuff coming back through. We didn't really have it bad last year. I mean, geez, I think there was more bad weather this year than there was anything. But anyway, yeah, I shut down myself. No, Spencer. Okay, I'll get it right. Sorry, I'm an old hillbilly. It get hard to pronounce friends and get those names right. My trainer was oh yeah, well, I was lucky, man. I tell you what, FedEx. I had a trainer that was awesome. I mean, he picked me up in December. Went through PSD, got me trained through that. We ended up taking me in, testing me out. I got a trivecta, and then he decided to keep me on the truck for the TNT phase. So we pretty much sent. Well, we got together on November or December. I think it was December 9th or something like that, and he brought me back in to upgrade in April 24th. So that's how long it took me to go through it all. So really, really crazy. So, but anyway, I got through it and got upgraded to I was a lease op And, that didn't pan out for me too well. It seemed like I was in the negative more than I had positive loads. So this opportunity here. Uh, oh, yeah. Okay. You're homie for 22 years. Yeah, probably so. I hear you, man. I left Prime just 2 weeks before you did. You did make sense to run for under $30 mile. No kidding. I agree. Didn't make none at all. We all see how well that worked out. Yeah, I hear you. But I had a good trainer, man. I can't complain about the trainer I had. He was awesome, and I always was able to call him and ask him in dilemmas. And when I had a hard case or something, and I'd call him, and he was real helpful and supportive. So it wasn't his doing. I went ahead and lasted a full year, got my 1 year in, which I didn't even have to because being a veteran, I only had to do 9 months. So actually, I could have shut her down in August, but I didn't want to. I wanted to go the whole year, thinking things would have changed, but they didn't. And this opportunity with my son-in-law down here in Devine, Texas, came up, and I told my wife I just can't do this more. And of course, everybody knows that seen all my videos that my wife's not doing well, so I'm working on trying to get this set up so where I'm home every night too. So, but anyway, it is what it is. But we'll see how this works out. I didn't really realize that I was going to really be totally involved in this job. I'm having to take care of the FS, the Federal Motor Carrier Company, all them guys. I'm having to take care of all the logistics right now just to get our stuff set up so that we're legit with DOT and all that. Because even driving a truck, a 450 with a 40-foot trailer, I still have to apply. I still have to go through the same scenario as OTR. We have to have that inspection sticker everybody's having to get right now for this year. And with the IP, our IFP and everything, the fuel and all that stuff, we still apply under it. Appreciate that. I appreciate that, FedEx, man. We are enjoyed your videos through. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I put them all out there from day one when I joined them until the last day on the deal. And now this new adventure starting up, and we'll see how it ends. We still got to wait on our freaking what is it? I can't even remember that one sticker we have to put on the side of the right there beside the steps there. Can't even think of it. I had it written down IFTA or something like that. So that we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks even getting that in. We just got the title on the truck. I'm going to be running a 450 Ford, F450 Ford with a flatbed, and it's automatic and all that stuff, diesel, and we got a 40-foot gooseneck trailer that actually is pretty nice because it actually lifts. I got hydraulics that'll actually lift the bed all the way back so that you can pull stuff like Connex and stuff on it. So been working on that, but mostly been doing the documents and filing the paperwork because basically I'm going to run it. My son-in-law, he actually works on the pipeline kind of, and he's been taking care of some of that stuff. He's also an ex-fire chief for the local fire department, and he's still involved in all that. So basically, he just gave me an office in the back. I'm about 100 yards or 100 foot from it, and I go in there in the morning, and I'm doing all the paperwork and files and getting everything organized. So when we do kick this off, I can start going. But we got loads, but we can't run them. So we'll see. Man, I can't wait because I'm trying to get my property sold up in Missouri because everybody knows I lived in Branson, and I'm trying to get her back, and hopefully I can get her back in there, and we'll see what happens. So anyway, don't know. So far, so good. We'll see. So anyway, seeing other people on there, the people friends, there's 5 of them that I ain't seen nobody else talk but you two. So left Prime just 2 weeks before you did, and made sense to run. Didn't make sense to run $30 mile. It doesn't. I mean, those were common. You'd very seldom. I could count on my hands how many $3 loads I had and two $50 loads I had, and you just can't make money if you're not clearing or you're not grossing over 3,000 a week. and that's not good either, because you're still not making money, because you're forking out anywhere from 2,500 to $3,000 on your deductions if you're a fleet operator. So it just wasn't for me, man. A lot of people's made it, but it didn't work out for me. I got tired of having that, even through that Christmas bonus area. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. I think anybody that trains that are lease ops, that's what they try to push you towards doing. And I'll admit my trainer did, but he showed me numbers that were on a chart. He did an actual worksheet on it, a spreadsheet on it, and it looked pretty legit. I mean, he was raking in some good money. I mean, he was making well over 4, 5, 6,000 a week, and it was working for him. So I thought, well, why not? Because I didn't really want nobody to boss me. I'm too dang old for it. What I liked about your videos that you always told it like it is. Appreciate that. And I told everybody at the beginning, even doing that, I said, I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm not going to cut no ropes. I'm not going to tell you no lies. I'm going to tell you straight up what I think about everything. Now, with that being said, and me no longer being with Prime, I still think Prime's a good starter company for whoever wants to become a truck driver. They have one of the best, and I know you're going to tell me FedEx is going to tell me something different. I think they have the best training program around. Now the key is if you get a good trainer. That's just something that you have to hopefully you're get lucky with. But and I was fortunate enough to have a good trainer. And there's good trainers out there. I mean, there's people that's willing to go out. That's what they're there for, to train you. And there's some of them just use you because they want to make that extra cash because they got a team. They're running teams. That's basically what it is in TNT. You run your 10 hours and go to sleep. He runs his 10 hours, and that's the way it goes. And I mean, you do it for almost 4 freaking months. Or if you get faster, if you get long loads, we never had a lot of long mileage loads. That's what made it last so long. So yeah. But I love doing these videos. I mean, I'm not going to cut no strings, but no, I ain't going to lie to nobody. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you the truth. I personally think leases. I personally think that everybody should go company first. Be a company driver for at least 6 months to a year. And if you still want to do company, stick with it. If you want to think you can get out there and make a few more bucks and work lease, then you already know the system. I jumped right out of TNT into freaking lease, and I was still a rookie, until the day I quit, I was still a rookie. I didn't mind Prime itself. I just had the wrong trainer. I hear you, FedEx. William Poe, welcome, my friend. You're going to video with the Harley. Yeah, I'm going to, man. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I've got it sitting outside, and I meant to take a picture. You guys can see it, and I'm on my laptop, so I'm not on my phone, so it's kind of hard to take the laptop outside. And I'm living in a fifth wheel right now. My son-in-law and my daughter's fifth wheel outside their house. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do probably. I'll show you guys the triking tomorrow, and we'll get it. We get it. We hauled it down here. Me and my other son-in-law in Missouri hauled it all the way down here on trailer because the weather was not worth driving and getting wet and everything. But because it's rained down here in Texas for the last. Well, today was the last day it rained. We're supposed to be in 80-degree weather tomorrow. Supposed to get up in the mid to upper 70s and the low 80s tomorrow, and the weekend supposed to be in all in the 70s. I've been wearing sweaters down here, man, in Texas, and I'm talking southern Texas. I'm 130 miles from Laredo. It's unbelievable. My terminal was in Piston. No, thank you. Never did like going there. I went there a few times, even on my own. I don't like the place. It's too crowded and too small, and they never have a place to park, and they always want to steal your empty trailer. Don't like it. Didn't much care for that place. I avoided. They even wanted me to go. I had a fuel. The fuel recommendation had me going there to get fuel. I refused to win. I went all the way around it. I went somewhere else and found cheaper fuel to boot, and didn't even have to fuel up there. Yeah, I don't care much for. Well, everybody knows I don't like Pennsylvania. Period. But anyway, I was going to say it's badly compacted. It is a fact. It seems like they've got every trailer that Prime own in there, and they don't have no place to park unless you're bobtail. I went from 35 home. I went from $3,500 home to under $2,000. I told my fleet manager I can't make it. I owe my truck. I owe my truck out of Prime. Lease just doesn't make sense for me. Totally agree with you. Understand. John Hudson. Hey, Curtis, who are you looking? Curtis, who are liking your new adventure? Yeah, so far, John, the deal is right now, and I keep unplugging the mic. I ain't liking this the way it's set up in here. Sorry, guys, I'm having to replug my computer in. The plug-in is not in a good spot. There we go. No, man, I personally, so far it's just logistics. I'm getting everything set up for the company. We're doing the registration license. And like I was telling FedEx and all them, I said, look, the problem right now is that we're having to get our licenses and everything. And the company's just kicking off. My son-in-law has got other work right now. And, he works as a pipeline guy. He runs a company out of Dallas. Helps run a company out of Dallas that does pipelines, and they're involved with some pick work they're doing right now on the lines. And he works for the local fire department, so he's real busy. So he's kind of just. I got here, he sit down and said, "Here you go, help me get this thing put together." And I said, "Okay." So basically, they've got me. My job title is general manager, but I'm going to be driving, so it doesn't matter. So I have to go through the FS, the Federal Motor Carrier uh, Association, and I'm having to go find out what we're really required to have, even though we're on with a smaller truck. But I'm still having to apply just like everybody. I got to get FITH stickers. I've got to get. I even have to take a drug screening test. It's all kinds of crap right now, guys. It seems one brick wall after another. But I think we're looking at a little sunshine now. But that FTA sticker, like everybody else is waiting for them, it's going to take at least 3 to 4 weeks to get it. So I might be shut down for another month, but that's good because he's taking care of me. He's my son-in-law, and they're going to take care of me. I got a place to live. I got meals. I mean, he's even offered to pay me a little, like a retainer fee, I guess you can call it, which is fine, and that's good. So far we'll see. I've not started anything. I've got the truck all set up. I've got the trailer, everything set up. So we'll see. And I'll keep posting and let everybody update how everything's going and how that works. And we'll see how it goes. I'm from Maine, and Piston was the closest terminal to me. Yeah, FedEx, I never got to go to Maine as driving. I heard it was beautiful up there. I don't know, man. I just don't like the Northeast. I never did. I don't, and a lot had to do with all the damn tolls you guys got up there. It's just unbelievable how much money you got to put out of your own pocket to go through the tolls when you're hauling stuff for Prime. And that was another pet peeve that I had a problem with, is that why didn't they give you toll credits? They should have added that in. And I don't blame that on my fleet manager. I blame it on sales for Prime. I mean, they paid, you get a float up there and it's like, I hear you, Cole. I hear you, brother. Yeah, I bet it is up there. And I understand. The problem is that it just costs too much money. I mean, you might get a great load going in, but after you do the calculations and I'm guarantee you them tolls will eat you alive. I've had $300 tolls, $250 tolls, and they've never been below $200. So you're wiping yourself. The Walmart DC is right around the corner. Oh, I got you. John, you said George Washington Bridge. I never went across it, man. I had a buddy that told me to avoid it with all pretenses because it's going to cost you a fortune. now. George Washington Bridge is $90 now. They're going up again. Yeah, I heard someone was telling me, and I don't know if you guys, I know you've heard of Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. He went across, it was like $120 or something like that. I couldn't believe it. And I avoided that. I had the opportunity to go through there. I, nope. I stayed on the Pennsylvania side and drove all the way up into Connecticut and Massachusetts and never went up, and then get back on 95 going north up into, went up to Connecticut, upper part of Connecticut, and I've been in Vermont and New Hampshire, but never went any further than that. Delaware, of course. When I was training, I went across it once. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to went across if it didn't cost anything. I mean, that would have been cool to go see it. I mean, because don't you get to see the Statue of Liberty and everything from there or something? I don't know. Somebody was telling me that, but no, I just had no desire to go through New York City. Wasn't my pet peeve, and that wasn't nothing I had nothing to do. I just don't care for the. Now, if you sent me up to upstate New York. I loved it up there. It's so beautiful. It's real nice up by Lake Placid and all up in that area. But they can keep New York. I have no desire to be around it. No, it was too foggy. Oh, really? Wow, bummer. Oh, that wasn't good. But and I really did most of the running. They sent me all over the place. And during Christmas break, when we did the Christmas bonus here just a while back, I had 2 back-to-back negative settlements, man. That's how bad it was. And my trainer told me flat out, he's never going to do it again. He won't do the bonus runs anymore. And he said, man, you shouldn't have volunteered. But I knew I was going to work. But I already knew I was leaving. So I thought I'd get as much as I could in. Well, that didn't pay off. I ended up paying, I think I was $50 in the hole the first week of the incentive program. And then the next week I was down $450. I mean, and of course, right after that, I back to back, I think I had 2,800 gross or 2,800 net. And then the other one's like, I think 1,800 was what it was. And then, of course, I turned everything in after that. And I don't know now. I turned the truck in. I still haven't heard from nobody. I know I'm going to have to pay for something because I had it for an extra 3 days on the next settlement, which comes out tonight. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how much money I'm going to owe them or what. So, no, it was too foggy. Furthest I drove was Iowa. Really? You never went past Iowa? Wow, man. Wow. I got a solo run to California, and that was the farthest I went away. I went out to Sacramento, I think, up there called Roseville. I had to deliver an actual load from Springfield. I took it from Springfield Bass Pro and took it up to an actual store. And I had to pull a trailer out of their dock that was emptied after they offloaded it, park it out on the road, unhook, go back, grab the trailer I brought from Springfield, put it in the dock, open the doors, disconnect from that, and then get the empty trailer. Then they took me and sent me all the way to Bakersfield, California, to pick up a load that had to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that's when I ran in the first bad storm snow, and that was through Flagstaff. But I couldn't even get that far. I got to Kingman, Arizona, and I mean the wind. Well, I left Bakersfield and stayed in Barstow my first night. And then I left Barstow and drove all the way to Kingman, Arizona. I mean, the wind, I had a very light load and it was blowing me all over the freaking place. So I come around the corner. I had 5 miles and there was a rest area just before you get in Kingman on I-40. And I went around a corner, a bridge was there. And something, it was either high winds or something, it pulled me clear across the highway. The 2 lanes, I was one end to the other, on one side of the other, and then I shut it down at that rest area. I ain't moving. And I mean, it just rocked the truck. So, and then they had the winter advisories up in the higher altitudes. And I said, nah, I'm just sitting. I called my fleet manager. I said, I'm not rolling. I'm stopping. And I still had 2 days to get it to Albuquerque. So I wasn't too worried about it. Oh boy. No, sir. was going back and forth between Ohio, Kentucky, and Pennsylvania for about 3 weeks. Wow. And that's kind of ironic because during the break, I mean, during the Christmas, I run up into, I had to run that one run into Connecticut, and I took it, and then they gave me another load that took me down into Virginia, down to Fredericksburg, or Fredericks. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Well, I got that load down there, and then I found a rest area because I was out of time. So, and they're TA on 95 out there, just not far from Fredericks, Virginia. And I get a message, and I'm going to shut down because my clock was shot. So I told him, I said, well, just go ahead and set my PTA for this. Well, he gets back on the horn. He says, well, I said, and there's in Virginia Beach, there's a Smithfield. So you get a meat load and get out of there with good money and go on back to the east or west. Not happening. They're putting everybody on the road wherever they were at to empty all the way freaking to Ohio. So 500 miles of empty travel. And I mean, I refused it 4 times, and the dispatcher would not accept that. And I got really irate, and I said, listen, this is my truck. I'm not going nowhere. So you're either going to accept that fact, or I'll shut the thing down and you can come and get the dang thing and I'll fly back home. That's how bad I had to get to the guy. And he was begging, literally begging me to run to Ohio. And I waited and waited. And of course, know me, I'll give in. And what I do, I gave in and I said, okay, but you're going to pay me for this deadhead. If you don't pay, I'm not moving an inch. And you can get me a load from somewhere down here to take back that way, but I'm not going to go empty. Oh yeah, we'll get you covered. We'll get you covered. We'll get you covered. I even had to call my own fleet manager and say, what is going on? This guy will not leave me alone. And I told him I wasn't rolling, and he keeps persisting it. He said, well, they're in desperate need of trucks out in the Midwest. Well, little did I know that I spent most of my time in Ohio, between Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Columbus. And then I got a run up to Madison. I had to go to Tumpka, Wisconsin, to deliver a Walmart DC load. And then they get on the horn. I stop because you can park there overnight. And then they want to send me all the way over by Green Bay. And the only way to get there is 2-lane road. It's 125 miles. I had no clock on time. I had to refuse the load because there was no way anybody was going to get the load and still make it. And they had to go down to Columbus. Was it Columbus? No, Ashland. What's the town right outside Cleveland? God almighty. Oh, I can't name it. Anyway, you had to take the load there, and you had only like 12 hours to get there. I said, no, hell, there ain't no way anybody's going to be able to do this run unless you extend it. So I said, if you extend the time frame, fine. Give me an extra day. They come back, nope, the 90 set, and you'll get a service failure. Well, I ain't doing it to him. So I rejected that. And then they turn right back around, and hey, grandson, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you online. Wow, cool. But then they turned around and they said, okay, we got another load, same freaking load, same thing, but they gave you 2 or 3 extra days. This is stupid. And for more money. Blowed my mind. I didn't know. So I ended up running from Wisconsin all the way down to, well, this one came down to just south of Cleveland, Streetsboro or something like that. And I picked that load up and took it and delivered. Then I get another load right there, and it's going down to, that's the load I had to take back to Springfield. I think it's where it went to Springfield. So that was my last load before I turned the truck in after that. Have you been to the TA in Breezewood, Pennsylvania? That was one of my favorite places to stop at night. Yep, that's a nice TA, man. That's no doubt. Curtis, will you guys use fuel cards for Hot Shot Company? We're looking into that right now. Basically, I try to recommend it to my son-in-law, and we're looking in it. I'm even trying to get him to go to ComData card, but I think he's looking at a different company to do that with, and I don't know, because I'd like to see us get the discount on fuel, even though we're not running like the big tanks like we have on the trucks. But it'll give us discounts, as far as fuel discount like Prime has. And then, of course, in Texas, we only pay the fuel taxes like 20 cents a gallon here. So I'm hoping that happens. But as of right now, no, we do not have fuel cards. So we're going to work on that too. So I'm going to have to get in a little bit more conversation with that. Ethan, Mom, May, and everyone says good night. Oh, okay. Good night, all y'all. Love you guys. Yeah, that's my grandson. They all live in Harrison, Arkansas, and my daughter and my niece. I mean, my daughter, my granddaughter, and my grandson. So looks like they got school tomorrow too. You better get to bed too, Ethan. You got school tomorrow. So anyway, but that's what's going on, guys. I'm just trying to get this. I love you too, buddy. But we'll get this thing figured out, man. I'll keep you guys posted, let you know how it works, and somebody might be interested in doing this too. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know for a fact because we got that dummy. It took over the White House, but that's my opinion. My opinion is not a political thing. It's just that you know I just got my own feelings about him, and it's all not good. So, but if he don't mess everything up, and we keep running like we have, then there's possibilities down here galore, guys. I mean, my son-in-law's got all kinds of stuff lined up, anywhere from farm equipment to construction, small construction equipment, Connexes. They got a lot of stuff coming out of Laredo because he needed my Twix card, so I can because they consider San Antonio and Laredo as protocols, so that's going to help as far as that's concerned. And there's Connex loads that come in and out of there. You got 130 or 200 miles, and you're running 2 runs a day, and you can make up to anywhere from $200 to $900 a day on it. I mean, that's how that works. So, and you're home every day, and home on weekends. And then we're talked about different things, maybe going on the outside of our jurisdiction, which I mean outside the state. And we're looking at that, and the max we want to roll is probably around, not more than 2 nights, 2 days. So it's going to work out pretty good. Oh, I know, FedEx. I hated the 65-mile-an-hour crap, and everybody else is blowing your windows off and getting on the radios and whining. Hey, take the training wheels off, Prime. Take the training wheels off. It'll run faster. Yeah, I hated that. I hate the proximity alarms in the front too, locking up the front end while you're going down the road because them 4-wheelers won't get out of your way or pull out in front of you and then put on the brakes. Yeah, I know the routine. Ethan says I don't, but coming on decision to learn more on trucking. Oh, I hear you, little brother. Yeah, I'm looking also the fuel card. NACA is good for TA and Petro. Best discounts for small business. Really cool. I need to look at that. I appreciate that feeder, man. What was that again? NASTC. Let me write that down, man. And they got a website, right? Yeah, I'm looking at Petrols and TAs, right? My question is, do they also work for the Flying J's and the Loves? Yes, they do. Oh, okay, cool. I'll look it up, man. I'm just kind of curious if they do the Loves and the Flying J's and the Pilots. Brian O'Shea. So, are you doing hot shots now? Getting prepared to, Brian. We're still getting it the process of getting the trucks all legalized and everything. It's a lot more than I thought. My son-in-law been working on it, but hasn't really, really got into the whole part of it. I mean, we got the trucks, we got the trailer. We just got to be legal. And I just found out today that I now got to have a sticker that I what is it, IFTA sticker. So that's got to happen. We should do. He's got loads lined up right now. We just can't run them because we're not legal yet. Good luck. Hope you make dollars. Yeah. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. We'll be safe, brother. You as well. Okay. Take care of yourself, brother. And that, hey, FedEx man, great talking to you. Thanks for coming online, brother. I'll be making some videos, so you'll hear it. Peace to you too as well. Take care, y'all. But I'm going to work on it. May says, please stay safe. Loves you. LOL. She's watching you on the TV, but I'm bouncing, Papa. Okay, brother, you be good. You get some sleep. May, you need to go to bed too, youngin. There he is. No hippie tricking. The head is glistening. Yeah, it is, man. Mama finally I got it buzzed, man. It's finally getting it done. So, man, good to see you, Lyle. I didn't know if you guys would get on here. I just did this on the spirit of the moment, man. I'm sitting here in my son-in-law and daughter's trailer, their fifth wheel, and I'm bored and I ain't ready for bed yet. It's only like 8. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock now, Central Time, and I'm just hanging out. So, how's it going with you? You still on home time? That's a Marine haircut. Oh man, no, it's not Marine. It's Army. Brian, thank you, buddy. No, I was headed to bed and saw you on. Oh yeah, I hear you, brother. Cool. Yep, I don't blame you. So you're still home then? Oh, I was Navy. Oh, okay, Brian. I hear you, man. He was Navy. Well, thanks for your service, Brian. Appreciate it, man. And staying home till February 5th or later. Wow, really? God, you are going to take a while off then. Cool. You too, my friend. Will do, Brian. Take care, brother. Be safe. That's the main thing. Everybody needs to be safe out there. So you're taking a good extended stay break then, are you? Wow. Cool. Man, I don't know why my sometimes I feel like an earthquake going on, the screen going crazy. February 5th. I know, ain't that awesome, Brian? I wished I could have done that a few times. I might have reconsidered leaving Prime. I was out 3 months. No hippie. I was out 3 months. Wow, that's right. Jeez. Yeah, you're right. You told me on the phone on that one trip that you've been out almost 3 months. Yeah, you deserve the big break, man. No doubt. That's for sure. I like what you thought. You commented on it yesterday. Oh, I ain't leaving. I don't have to go to bed. Retired New York police. Ooh, good one, Brian. Cool. Retired New York Police Department. Thank you for that service too, sir. Man, awesome. Cool. I don't either. I'm unemployed. I'm I'm not unemployed. I'm just on hold. It's all good. No, I mean, we're just getting it kicked off. Wow, it's a lot of stuff right now. I'm doing all the logistics right now and the documents and everything. So thank you. Enjoy my pension. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Enjoy it. And I drive for Prime, it is for extra money. Yeah, I hear you. For Prime, it's for extra money. I hear you, man. Yeah, them pensions they don't they don't cover everything, do they? I hear you. No, I spent 15 years in the Army, and they forced after the Gulf War, they forced me out and several others because we had too much time in, and there was just no time to make rank. That was the problem. So I had to. Oh no, you're right. Nothing wrong with making that extra cash. That's for sure. I see the hot shot video. Seems like you may have fun. I am, and the big thing is no, but my wife's salary does. I hear you. No, Brian, it's a change of pace. I mean, the whole thing is because of my wife. It's not because of my wife. I'm not blaming her. Her health is just real poor, and I've been on the road and traveling all over the world, man. I did HVAC for 20 some years and did a lot of U.S. embassy compounds all over the world. I got 34 embassies under my belt, and I'm gone. You're gone over there. You're gone months at a time. I was gone one time. I was in Afghanistan, Kabul, doing the embassy there, and I was gone almost 6.5 months straight, no home time. So it was tough on our relationship. Me and my wife been married 22 years now. We've been together 26 or 27, one of the two. We're in the 20s, and then I got off of that job, and then of course, it slowed down because of the government, and come to work for Prime, and it's in the same boat again. I'm done. I mean, me and my wife are in our 60s, and it's time to be home with mom, man. That's what I want to do. No, Hot Truck gives you the flexibility to be home with her, right? Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, I hear you. Been out to sea for 6 months a few times. Wow. Yeah, I know that had to be tough. Tough to be away. Yes, sir, it is. It's real tough. And hopefully this all works out for me. She's still up in Missouri. We've got property up there we're trying to get rid of. So, and we do our phone thing, and and her daughter's anxious to get her down here, and I need that to happen because her daughter wants to take care of her and all that good stuff. And then we all need to be around family. And I come home every night. I told my wife, I said, I'll get to take a lunch pail to work. And she said, I'll go buy one of them Batman or Superman lunch boxes for you. I was single, so I loved it. Yep, it'll work. Tough to say. She's coming down to you soon. Yeah, we're looking right now, probably in the next month and a half, maybe 2 months, which is fine. I mean, I stayed on the road mostly 6 to 8 weeks anyway. So, and we know what we got to do. I got two properties that have been pinged on in Branson right now, and then our house is going to be. She's already got it started. So, Star Wars lunchbox for me, right on. That'll work. But yeah, we're gonna get. I'm looking at property right now over here, just behind the kids' house, and the old boy's got 2 acres of land plus a house and a building, and they've also got a tractor, and they're only asking 150 grand for it. So that don't sound too bad. No hippie. I never realized my wife talked so much till I was gone 3 months. She's making up for lost time, dude. That's what that is. Star Wars lunchbox. Stay close to the grandkids. Yeah. The bad part of that, though, Brian, is I have grandkids in Missouri, and it's the hard part. When were you in Cabo? Let's see. I was there 3 different times. I went there in 2005 as a civilian contractor. That's when it was real rough, because it was like a light show every night watching RPGs fly over because they didn't know what they were doing. And they'd go over the compound, that embassy compound there, and they'd hit on the other side and be duds. Every once in a while, one would go off, but they never could pinpoint them, put us in the bunker and all that. And then the next time I went back in 2013, and that was to do, and it kind of grew up then. We were doing it was a building right there, the old embassy building. We were doing some add-ons on it, and then I went back in 16, was it 2016 or 2017, and I went back over there. We did another big building over there, but it was legit then. There was nothing going on back then. I mean, you'd hear gunfire every once in a while at the man camp, but they were never getting to us. So I was there about 4 different times. I didn't know it'd be. Yeah, they still do that. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy over there, man. It was. I've been there. I went to Cambodia. In fact, I went to Vietnam and did a job in Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi. Did one in Cambodia, Phnom Penh, and then, of course, didn't go to Iraq. I didn't do the Iraq one, so I didn't have to worry about that. The last one I did was Kosovo, and well, Kosovo was next to the last, and then the last one I did was Matamoros down south of Brownsville, right over the border, Mexican border, and that was the last embassy I had done before everything started slowing down and we couldn't do nothing else. I mean, I enjoyed the travel and the scenery. Got to do Brussels, Belgium. I did the new NATO headquarters there. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun there. I got to go see my brother in Germany. He left the military and decided to live in Germany. He married a Ukrainian girl there, and they live in Wiesbaden, Germany. So I got to go see them, which is cool. I say you traveled enough. Time to stay in Conus. No kidding. That's true, brother. Yep. Stay in the continental U.S. You're definitely correct on that. I have no desire to go anywhere else. Billy Lally, what? I was in Afghanistan in '05. Yep. Hey, do you remember? I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember back in '05? That's when they were doing the elections for the first time. And they brought the army, the Afghan army, come in that soccer field, and it was the army, our army, the U.S. Army, and the Afghan army people were coming in to protect the city, and then we were on the compound, the embassy compound, and we had no departure time. In other words, we had no tickets to get it, because you had to go back down Maniac Mile down to get to the airport, and you didn't know whether you was going to get hit with an IED or whatever. But anyway, we come back, we sit there, and they couldn't tell us we were leaving. They're going to shut the airport down because of the bombing. They were afraid they're going to be bombed. And then they killed those 3 women that tried to vote for Kazar, and they were having the election that Monday, and then we got notified. You were notified like 5 seconds. You had to be in the truck on the convoy, security convoy, and they shot us out of there, and we had to duck our heads. We wore vests and helmets, and they took us all the way over there. And then, of course, in Kabul airport, the parking lot was here. You still had over 200, 300 yards to walk to get to, because you're open, but they surround you and with guards and stuff. But sniper could have took us out. Then you get in there, and the last plane out was 4 o'clock, and that's when we got out of there, just before they shut the airport down, and then we flew into Dubai. Oh, I was so glad to get over that ocean, though. Get over there where you knew you was going to land, because everybody came in on a combat load. You circled, and the only ones would flying in there was the Russian MiG pilots at the time, and they were flying what was it, Cam Air? Yeah, Cam Air. And they would corkscrew out of there so you wouldn't get hit, and throw chaffs and everything to prevent it. Yeah, that was a trip, man. When they walked them off the diving board. Yep, you are right. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. That was scary, man. That was unbelievable. And then the Army, and again, no, you went in 2017, 2019 contracting. Was you at the embassy in Kabul? Or do you work for PG&E or whatever? Oh, you probably worked on the patrols, the civilian patrols that went out every day. Because we were over there. See, we were working for Cadell, and we were over there on the other side, at the far end over there, where they had the construction man camp with the Turks. It was crazy then. Well, yeah. I mean, remember they shut us down almost every other day. Was like freaking getting a bunker, and then we went to what was that? Oh, what's the name of the bar that was there? They changed it all around then. Oh, it had a good name for what it was when we got put out there, because you weren't allowed to do anything but hide. Ambassador's protection. Oh, really? You were? Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Man, I'm 2017. Trying to think if I was there then or not. Because he had all the cookouts. And the ambassador always liked the cookouts there. He'd come over to Cadell's man camp and eat, him and his wife. It's the same ambassador. Little short guy, bald headed, I think. Y'all stayed on the west wall. Yep, you are right. Over by what they called the discotheque, the one with always blinking them blue lights and crap. Yeah, we're the ones that had the tiki bar up on what was the name of it? Gazebo or Cabolza. That was one on top of the roof there. They had the gazebo made. Richard Clark was the superintendent there. He passed away, by the way, man. Richard Clark did. He was a superintendent. He passed away in Mexico on that project they were doing down in Mexico City. Died in his sleep, they said. So, yeah, it was over the weekend when everybody was off. They found him on Monday. He had passed away. He was only 53 years old, man. He was a good man. Me and him got along all the time. We was always over there when we were doing that last section, the new building there at the very end. Yep. Wow. Oh, small world, huh? Unbelievable. Huh. Yep. The last part, he died I want to say a year and a half ago, I think it was. I was still working for SAI, the test and balance company, and I was in Kosovo doing the embassy there in Kosovo, and we got the word from somebody who knew somebody in Cadell wrote and emailed me and told me he had passed. I think it was a year and a half ago, I think, when he went. They all went out to dinner or something, and he left. And of course, it was the weekend, so people were off, and they were just starting the project, so they didn't have a whole lot to do. And they all came in on a Monday back to work, and he never showed and never contacted anybody. So they went over to his apartment, and they found him. So it was a heart attack, but he was in ill health anyway, man. When he was in Kabul, they had to fly him 2 or 3 times back to Dubai for some emergency stuff. So he was in bad shape, but he was such a young guy. But man would drink. Good Lord, he drank. But he was a good guy, man. I met him when I was working in Fort Bragg. Remember the white dress parties? Yeah, dress white. Yep, I remember them. I never did participate in them because I didn't have none of that good stuff. Yep, the white dress party. Yep. Well, the Marine Ball too. A lot of them go to the Marine Ball there when they had it. A lot of the guys did. Some of the Kabul guys, they dressed up in suits and everything, ties. Yeah. Yep. I remember. And I was there when that suicide bomber tried to go on the backside. You know where the gazebo was from DFAC over where housing was, over behind. You go into the backside of the embassy there. I was in '96, 2000. I missed all the fun. Ah, I hated them. Yeah, I know. I bet you did, man. Being an escort, being the patrol, I hated them. Security nightmare. You got it because everybody's up close and personal. I bet, man. Yeah, we was on the backside that time. We were just got done with lunch. You know where Cadell had their job trailer, and then you had the building right there by the NOB, and then behind that, of course, that all got wiped out. Back where they had the rug shop and the guy that did the suits, the dump truck. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. I'll be dang. And they shot that dude. We were all in the back sitting there on the gazebo when that went off, gunfire and everything. Boy, everybody hitting the ground. Yeah, it was scary. They killed that dude was covered in freaking Semtex, I guess. They shot him as he was running towards the wall. That's where all the construction guys would sleep on that old patio on the backside of those connexes that were up on top of one another. Yep. All right, Chris. Now I'm off. Good luck in your new endeavor. Hope you make money while having fun being safe. Hey, Brian, you bet, brother. I appreciate you, man. Good to go. Good to go. Yeah, I'll be keep doing these lives, and then I'll do just videos and posting them too. So guys, hang in there. And thanks for your service again, Brian. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good time with the retirement. Looking forward to your next video. You got it, brother. I'll get it on there. Take care, Brian. Yeah, Brian, by the German embassy. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was over there by the German embassy. And then they had that convoy that they took out. I watched that happen live. I was walking between the Knox building and the NOB talking to the who was it I talked to? It was from by the Department of State, the government side, the construction side, and I looked down the remember Nightmare that rode all the way and went to the airport. Big old explosion that wiped out that convoy of Brits, I think, or it was a different company. But yeah. Good night. Good night, YouTube. Spells his name wrong. Brian spelling his name wrong. Good night, guys. Good night. Good night, Brian, man. Be safe. So I'm running this up here. It's about 9:11. We've been running about 55 minutes, and I ain't seen a whole lot. I have pictures of Camel Connex. You do? Wow, cool. Awesome. I had my vest made over there, my biker vest, man. Oh, man, I got to show it to you. Hold on, man. I got to show you this. You're going to freak when you see it, and you're going to recognize it. Let me get this thing done. I brought it with me. I'll have to show it to you so you'll see it. Be right back. You still there, Brian? Yep. Check it out. This Kabul, only days in Kabul, Afghanistan. Right there. Since Kabul, Afghanistan. I got all these patches made there. Everything that you see on this bag, I had all the different countries that I did in work on the back, and he did them all for me there. All my other stuff, he did all these, all this stuff for me for my deal. And I know you've seen that patch before. The Secret Squirrel. It's cool to be able to show somebody something that I had made. This is from Afghanistan. I had it made there. One guy did it all the work for me. It was really cool. Yeah, man, that was, even though it was a bad place to be, you had to make it what it was. And when we were able to, when they started letting the construction guys go over to ISIF, I guess it was, as long as you had a security badge, and let us go over there where we could shop. And we used to go down to the bazaar, I guess it was, on the back side over yonder. And then, of course, what was the other place? That Thai place, that restaurant. We'd go there and eat there. They allowed us to use the PX. We did not. We didn't go over there and just completely went crazy. I missed the Italian place was above that that store, that Italian store, I guess it was. They had different kinds of foods and stuff in there you could buy and take back to the area. That was a lot of fun, man. We get to go over there. I guess they started flying people in instead of driving them to the airport because of all the sniper shootings and everything. I guess now you actually take a flight out of the airport and they fly you right into that baseball field and stuff now. So pretty cool, man. But anyway, well, I guess I'm going to get off here too. I got to get some rest to get ready to rock and roll here pretty soon. So I appreciate everybody that came on. Brian Lilly, you take care of yourself, brother. It was good to talk to somebody that was in the same place I was several years ago. Be safe. Be careful, brother. And we'll talk soon, okay? I'm going to let you guys be. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk soon. Bye now.